Attention passionate Chicago, Bears fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Chicago Bears' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Chicago Bears fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Chicago, Bears fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. Hold on to your hats because what I'm about to tell you could be one of the most intriguing rumors swirling around the NFL right now, especially if you're a Bears fan dreaming of higher hopes for this upcoming season. Word on the street, sources whispering from Tampa Bay suggest that the Buccaneers might be looking to shake things up in their secondary, and one name that's come up is Antoine Winfield Jr., a safety who's been making waves across the league since he came into the NFL back in 2020. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why would Tampa Bay trade away a player like Winfield Jr.? Well, the whispers say it's all about cap space and focusing on rebuilding the defensive line, especially with their cap hit being around $16 million and a record of 7-10 last season. They're prioritizing a reset up front, and that means parting ways with some veteran talent in the secondary. So what's in it for the Bears? Well, if this trade goes through, it could be a game changer for Chicago's defense, especially in the secondary. The Bears, with a cap situation of roughly $196K, are actually in a decent position to make moves, and they've been hungry for a versatile safety since Odun's injury. A player like Winfield Jr. would fit right into that role. He's 27 years old, a versatile safety who's proven to be a multifaceted threat since his debut, and at this stage of his career, he's entering what many consider his prime. Last season, he played all 16 games, racking up 52 solo tackles, tied for 65th league-wide, plus 38 assists, totaling 90 tackles. That's a solid stat line, especially considering he also snagged 2 interceptions and broke up 7 passes. His PFF grade last year was 72-0, which places him comfortably in the upper tier of safeties, and his coverage skills are particularly notable, with an 88-0 grade, making him a real threat in pass defense. Not to mention, his run support is rated at 85-0, so he's not afraid to stick his nose in there and make a play against the run. Now compare that to what the Bears are looking for: someone who can be a playmaker, a versatile piece that can adapt to different situations. Winfield's 2025 stats show he's been consistent, with 90 tackles, 5 sacks, and a clean bill of health for most of the season, aside from a minor concussion that kept him out of a few games. His ability to blitz is also impressive, winning 38% of his pass rush opportunities, and he's known for his football IQ, making smart plays in coverage, with an EPA per target of -0.15. That's a big deal because it shows he's not just a tackler but someone who can disrupt the offense's rhythm. What makes Winfield Jr. even more attractive is his knack for creating turnovers. His career total of 2 interceptions last year might not seem huge, but it's his overall impact that counts. He's projected to add around 5 interceptions this season, which could lead to even more turnovers for the Bears, something they desperately need to improve upon. Last season, his 2 picks resulted in turnovers that gained the Bears 18 points per game, boosting the defense's ability to flip the field. When you add a player like him into the mix, especially paired with someone like Jackson, whose PFF grade is an impressive 82, you're talking about a secondary that could be one of the best in the league. Think about the mismatches this creates against teams like the Lions, where a secondary like that could drop the QBR against them by a significant margin, say around 25 points. That's the kind of impact a player like Winfield Jr. can have. He's a true difference maker. In terms of historical comparison, think of how the Broncos benefited from Justin Simmons back in the 2020s, or how Troy Polamalu's presence elevated the Steelers' defense in the playoffs. Winfield Jr. could be that kind of X-factor for the Bears, especially if he's able to continue his trend of making big plays in clutch moments. Last season, he was responsible for breaking up 7 passes, a stat that shows his ability to shut down key routes and force turnovers. Plus, his versatility means he can line up anywhere in the secondary, giving defensive coordinator Alan Williams a lot of flexibility and mismatch opportunities. His presence alone would make the Bears' secondary not just better, but elite, forcing offenses to rethink how they attack. Now let's talk about the bigger picture, Super Bowl odds. If the Bears manage to land Winfield Jr., the impact could be profound. Odds initially hovered around plus 2,200, but with a player of his caliber, experts project those odds could drop to around plus 1150. That's a significant shift, and it's not just about adding a good player. It's about changing the narrative around Chicago's defense and making them a true contender. Winfield Jr. could be the Palomalu of this generation for the Bears, an anchor in the secondary who creates chaos for opposing quarterbacks and forces turnovers that swing games. His track record of plus 12 turnovers in a season, similar to what the Ravens' Ed Reed used to do, shows his potential to be a game-changer at the highest level. His projected increase in defensive pressure, around 28%, would help the Bears generate more sacks, disrupt timing, and set up their offense for easier scoring opportunities. In conclusion, this move would be a bold, strategic pivot for the Bears, one that could solidify their defense for years to come. Winfield is a visionary player, a true ball hawk, and an instinctive defender who could become a cornerstone of the Bears' legacy. Imagine him patrolling the backfield, reading plays like a hawk, and turning the tide of games with a timely interception or a crucial pass breakup. It's exactly the kind of move that elevates a team from good to great, especially when paired with the right complementary pieces. The Bears have been building steadily, and adding a player like Anton Winfield Jr. could be the final piece that pushes them into serious Super Bowl contention territory. It's the kind of gamble that smart teams take when they're on the cusp of greatness, and if Chicago pulls this off, it could be the start of a new chapter of dominance in NFC North. And now, Chicago Bears fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and the Chicago Bears. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Chicago Bears news.